Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a breakfast scramble. This one, we are going to try something new and try a Soyrizo. So a soy protein chorizo. This one we're going to throw in some tortillas with some cheese and salsa on it. We're going to be cooking with vegetable broth, also cook with water if you prefer. Then we'll be cooking with about a fourth to a third of an onion. And then we'll actually do 2 garlic cloves. I just got a little bit of pieces left over from my last whole garlic. And then 2 tomatoes. We'll do some spinach. An avocado, also for topping. And then I'm going to use the rest of my garbanzo beans in it. So the first thing we'll start with is getting the Soyrizo in a pan, and we'll start heating that guy up with the vegetable broth. Alright, we got that guy out of the little package there. So now we'll just start cooking this one up. Make sure you get that vegetable broth in there. You want to make sure you get all diced up. This way you make sure you get everything cooking. Now we'll let this guy cook, and we'll move over to cutting up the tomato, garlic, and onion while we keep an eye on this to make sure we don't burn it. We'll start with the garlic, and then the tomatoes, and then the onion. And I'll show you a little trick I used to cut up the onion. Now remember to keep an eye on your Soyrizo and make sure you're stirring it. Now I have my garlic and tomatoes cut up, so I will go ahead and add them to the Soyrizo. Now we got those ones added, let's go ahead and stir those. And now let me show you a little trick I use with the onion. So I'm going to cut it right down here. I'll be going through this side and this one. So you can see, cut right through. And what I'll do here is cut off this end, so this one's still holding the whole onion together. The next thing I do is I cut right through it. Of course, be careful of your fingers when you're doing this. Then I like just making 2 cuts. And next, I will go down on each of these sides here, just to cut all the way through them. And then you just cut it right down. And you have this little guy you take off. And now you got it all diced up. And I like doing this with the full onion, because then any extras you save in a container for later. And like I said, I'm only going to use about a fourth, maybe a third of it. But most of it I am just going to save for later for other recipes, so it's easy to just grab and cook with. Oh man, this Soyrizo smells amazing. Now we'll just add the onions to our Soyrizo, tomato, and garlic. Stir these guys up. And remember, if you're enjoying the video, hit the subscribe button, because I post a new video every Sunday. We'll add a cup of garbanzo beans to it. And now we're going to grab ourselves some spinach. I grabbed about 15 pieces of spinach. The reason I did so much is because this will wilt and get very small once it's cooked. And I just cut it up into small enough pieces. I'll use everything in there. But again, it's going to get even smaller once it's cooked. And of course, you're going to get more vitamins, nutrients if you eat this raw instead of cooking it, because cooking it kind of draws out some of those nutrients. But that's why we have so much, so we can have it with anything else. Great for sandwiches, salads, any little thing that you can add it to. Now we'll go ahead and add the spinach in. And while this one is getting ready, we're going to grab another pan. And this one we will use for warming up the tortillas. I put it on a little below half for the heat. This way it doesn't get them overly hot, but it will warm them up just enough. Now I give it a couple minutes to get the full pan all nice and warm before I put a tortilla on. or else you find you're waiting for the pan to warm up to actually cooking the tortilla. Now, of course, if you're doing any of this and you find that your stuff is sticking to the pan, just add a little bit more of the vegetable broth, or if you're cooking with water, just add some more of that to loosen everything up. Now that the pan is warm enough, we can throw our tortillas on there to have them warm up. Then you can also, once you flip them, we'll throw half a piece of cheese onto it. And while it's cooking, you can do a taste test to see how it is, and then add any seasonings you need. Personally, I enjoy adding some garlic salt and taco seasoning to it. Now that we got the tortilla warmed up, flipped it over, I'm just throwing half a piece of cheese right in the middle of it there. Alright, got our tortilla with some cheese on there. And we'll just take a nice scoop of this and get it all loaded up in there. Then we'll throw on some of the avocado and top with a little bit of the salsa. And now you got a nice loaded little taco there. Just a breakfast scramble you can do using the vegan chorizo, so the Soyrizo. So let's give this guy a try. Oh, amazing flavor to it. It's got a little bit of spice, but not too much there. Really enjoying that Soyrizo. Glad to find something that I can use in these Mexican dishes to make them bring it up a little bit, instead of just using the regular tofu for it. If you don't have Soyrizo, you can use tofu in place of it, and it still makes it great. Just remember to season your tofu so it does give it some flavor. The Soyrizo was already flavored up a bunch. The taco seasoning, I would definitely say, helped. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Make sure to like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'm trying to work my way to 100 subscribers. So let's get this channel out there to everyone. And until then, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. We're going to be cooking with vegetable broth, and we can also just cook with water. If you don't have the Soyrizo, you can use